149th edition of the Open Championship, which commences this Thursday from Royal St. George's in Sandwich, Kent, England. And for more on that and how to handicap it, we bring back one of our all-time favorites, Michael Collins, the former caddy, now PGA Tour analyst for us here at ESPN. MC, we appreciate the time as always. After winning the U.S. Open as the favorite last month, Jon Rahm enters the Open Championship as a 7-1 favorite. How do you like his chances at Royal St. George's for winning a second major championship this year?
I don't like him. I love him. I'm Jon Rahm to win. I mean, listen. Think about his last couple of tournaments. I already finished 9th at the Players, 5th at the Masters, 8th at the PGA, and wins the U.S. Open. And oh yeah, went over to the Scottish Open and finished 7th there. And the only thing that was wrong with his game was his putting. And that's because the greens over there are so much more different than the greens in the U.S. Guess what? Now that he's had a week under his belt, you think his ball strike is going to get worse? Probably not. And I guess I'm thinking his putting is going to get figured out. So Jon Rahm is who I'm picking to win this week.
I can't fault your logic there, and I love the fact that you're coming from a climate-controlled closet where you keep all those fancy shirts you wear for us, Michael Collins. But Rahm right now is clearly the best golfer on planet Earth, and 7-1 does kind of seem like a value given his form and the success he has had across the pond at this particular event. Now, American Bryson DeChambeau, Collins, is the second favorite in this event. He revealed Saturday, though, that his new looper, as you know, Caddy, Brian Ziegler, is Brian Ziegler. In your experience, how long will it take them to gel, especially given the unique player that Bryson is and what a caddy has to do for him as opposed to more traditional golfers?
Here's the thing. You just said the magic word when it comes to Bryson DeChambeau. Unique. So his situation isn't like a normal caddy-player relationship. It's completely different than the normal caddy-player relationship, which takes anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks to get really comfortable with each other. Know exactly what to say and when to say it. For Bryson and the dumpster fire that's been going on in his world as it is, you're going to expect at the very least, 3 months for these guys to get really comfortable with each other in game situations, because that's the thing. It's one thing on the practice tee or out there just in the practice round, and it's completely different when it's game on, pressure packed in the moment. So there are plenty of caddies that I spoke to already. One guy told me he had been approached and said, a long time ago, got approached by Bryson's people and said, I ain't smart enough to caddy for Bryson, which made me laugh and is a bit we're going to do at some point. So Bryson, fade.
If you're interested in following that advice, DeChambeau is plus 275 to miss the cut at the Open Championship. Could be a nice little payday. Love the insight there, Michael Collins. 2 of the 3 majors played this year were won by first-timers. Hideki Matsuyama won at the Masters. The aforementioned Jon Rahm won last month at the U.S. Open. Xander Schauffele has the best odds in the field of any potential first-time winner at 20-1. Now, with all that being said, first-timer or not, who do you like to win the Open Championship?
Yeah, I like Xander Schauffele maybe for a top 10 because he's really good at backdoor top 10s. He's like the Rory McIlroy without any major championships, and I love his game to death. But if I'm going to throw a flyer on a first-timer out there, I'm going to take a guy who's got some better numbers than what Xander Schauffele does. How about Garrick Higgo? So here's a guy who I know missed 3 out of his last 4 starts and finished 41st at Rocket Mortgage. But here's what you have to remember. Those missed cuts, the U.S. Open, the Travelers Championship, which is right after the U.S. Open, and then last week in Scotland when he flew back across the pond to go get ready for the Open Championship. Now, before that, this youngster had 3 wins in about 6 starts.
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys flying way under the radar that has the game that would be pretty good for Royal St. George's. And because he's coming so far under the radar with no expectations, he's the guy who I like. Garrick Higgo. And hits it
Higgo, the South African lefty.
Ever.
Smooth swing, smooth game. I like that pick there, Michael Collins. Before we let you go, though, How tight of a finish do you think we're going to have at Royal St. George's? Here are some of the odds that you can wager on in terms of margin of victory. 3 shots plus 450, 2 shots plus 350, a playoff at 3-1, 1 shot, shortest odds at plus 250. What do you think the margin is going to be on Sunday morning/afternoon?
Hey, the best value that you got on that board is the one right at the top. I love the 3 shot. I like that a lot. This is one of those events, too, and one of those golf courses where if you find yourself on the correct side of the draw and you get a little bit of a lead, all you got to do is maintain and make everybody else press. You got to do what I call the Tiger Woods impersonation. You just put it in the middle of every green and make everybody else make the mistakes. So a 3-shot victory at that number, that has a lot of value for me.
Good stuff as always. He's the caddy, Michael Collins, joining us here on Bet. Thanks, Michael. Enjoy your week.
Hey, you guys are welcome to come shopping for some shirts anytime you want to. We need to talk about
You got any in my size, brother?
Yeah, I got. Does it look like I don't have size selection here?
Excellent.
Size selection, color selection. It looks fantastic.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.